Arizona State at Cincinnati. This is a really interesting spot right here.
Another 11 a.m. kickoff.
Another 11 a.m. kickoff. I mean, just starting the morning off right. Two teams that are playing well right now, man. Two teams that are playing well. Cincinnati, do not sleep on Cincinnati. Brennan Sorsby looks good. I know they only won by 6 against UCF, but it could have been a lot more. All right, could have been a lot more. I've been more impressed with Cincinnati's run defense than I think I thought I was going to be this season. I mean, it's still not great, right? I'm going to take Arizona State in this spot. Here's why. Right now, Kenny Dillingham has my complete trust on the road. He has my complete trust. Cam Scadaboo is playing like one of the best players in college football right now. Sam Levitt, while he hasn't taken care of the football, he has at times. I like his legs in this spot. Cincinnati, also Brian Ward too, man. It's just been so good stopping the run. And at times. I don't know, man. It feels like Cincinnati, they haven't given up a lot of points, but it feels like they've let teams move the ball on them. And I don't think Arizona State's red zone offense is actually that good. Hold on, let me check that real quick.
Well, I mean, Scadaboo is incredible, but I don't think they have the difference makers yet, like other difference makers to give teams problems in the red zone. Love Kenny Dillingham, love Scadaboo. Levitt's been frisky, but to score in those tight windows, these small margins in these conference games on the road consistently is really hard. The best teams in the country, those are the best teams in the country that can score in the red zone efficiently.
Yeah, I agree. Cincinnati's also benefited from 7 fumble recoveries as well. Arizona State's been a team that's, aside from a couple, not great throws by Levitt, it's taking care of the football pretty decently this year, in my opinion. So yeah, with that being said, I'll take Arizona State. They're plus 2.5, right? I'll take the points. I'll take the win straight up in Cincinnati. And then, if they win this game, and I've said this over and over, I don't think that they're actually a player to like win the Big 12, but then all of a sudden they're 6-1 with their only loss being to Texas Tech on the road. That's a pretty decent, resume you got there in your second year with vastly inferior talent after losing your best defensive player, probably your best receiver, your quarterback, your 4-star quarterback that you thought you had. All of those things happen. And here they are, man. Kenny Dillingham. And I'm so glad that us as a show have just wrote it out with Kenny Dillingham, stuck with him. I know it's only been 1 year, but last year was an outlier. Arizona State is back, dude. Let's go. Not completely back, but Kenny Dillingham is so good, man. He is so good.
They got their guy there, absolutely. And like you said, Arizona State, they're a team nobody wants to see on their schedule right now. Nobody. I mean, with the way they're moving the football, with the way they're playing, the intensity, the passion that they got there, the momentum. Momentum's a real thing, I think, in college football, even week to week. Damn, man. But Cincinnati is, a field goal, right, at the end of regulation against Texas Tech on the road, and then not blowing a 21-point lead against Pitt at home, who, by the way, Pitt turned out to be a pretty good football team, so it's not as bad of a look, but I thought they really outplayed them in that game for a vast majority of that football game. I like Cincinnati here. I've liked them all year. They've done very well for me on the counter. I really thought about taking them, but I guess I just couldn't go against Arizona State. I couldn't do it. I love the line here for Cincinnati, -2.5. I'll take that, and I'll take them to cover as well. I love that it's in Cincinnati. I love it's 11 a.m. kickup, which, by the way, we talk about time zone travel, right? Arizona State, it's really a 10 a.m. kickoff, almost, right, if I'm doing that math right. So it's going to be an early morning for them after a big-time win. Now, I love that their big-time win was on a Friday night, so they had one extra day to kind of have the 24-hour rule, which people talk about, right? And we'll see how they respond after that. Maybe a letdown spot here. I don't quite see that happening. I think there's too many veterans on this team, right? Especially on that defensive side of the ball. And obviously Scadaboo if you can run the ball and you can play solid defense like they've actually been playing, you can do a lot of things, especially on the road here. With that being said, Sorsby's a monster. Kiner's a monster. We'll see if they can hit some explosive plays down the field. Been waiting for Xavier Henderson to kind of leak out, and they've had some chances this year, but I think they'll connect on him this week at home. Cincinnati -2.5. I'll take it.
Wow. I mean, I didn't realize this was going to be this important of a game, kind of, in terms of the landscape of the Big 12 and also the future of the Big 12. You got two second-year head coaches that could really use this win in terms of like momentum, one heading in the rest of the season. Like, these are two teams well on their way to make a bowl game, and I think a win right here for either one of these teams. Well, a win for Arizona State would put them in a bowl game, and Cincinnati would kind of help propel them into that light. And Cincinnati, they lost some guys, but Brendan Sorsby's awesome, dude. He's so good.
I think he's a difference maker.
Do you think Indiana, with how good they've been with Curtis Rourke, do you think they'd be better with Brendan Sorsby?
No, I can't say that for sure. I mean, Curtis Rourke has been incredible. He's been healthy, and that's the big thing here. Now, I do think you love the upside of Sorsby because he's still a young player, and obviously he gives you a little bit more rushing than Curtis Rourke does. But regardless, I think both teams super, super happy. And Sorsby's a monster. We said it when they got him. I don't know why he ended up at Cincinnati, but he did. I know a lot of teams right now would be loving a guy like Sorsby if they had taken him in the portal. For Cincinnati and Arizona State, their schedules, man, it gets tough in especially the back half of November, right? Like these games in October, while yes, they're going to be tough as well because it's the Big 12. They're going to be competitive because it's the Big 12. But like you said, so important, not only for this season, but going forward. I can't wait. By the way, am I seeing this right? Is it on ESPN Plus? Is that the network?
That would suck a lot. I actually don't know. I don't know. Sure.
Brett Yormark, who, by the way, say what you want about him. I think he's been very innovative and been very passionate about increasing the Big 12 and in their stance and their viewership and everything else like that and their brand. But ESPN Plus, I know you didn't circle this game as a marquee game on your schedule on the slate of Big 12, but do better than that. Do better than that.